Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the United European Community event. It should be a good one. Our first map is Garland Sands. You're getting an overview of that right now on the skirmish mode. And our second map switches over to Conquest on the Hilltop map. It should be a fun one. By the way, there is some issues towards the end of the first round. I apologize for that, but it's only for a couple of minutes. And with that being said, our teams for today on the Union, we have the 5th US, the JDL, the IVB, the 52nd New York, 1st VA Cav, NSK, 3rd Alabama, 2nd US, and the 4th New Jersey. Whereas on the Confederacy, we have the TB, I-Corps, 18th North Carolina, 1st Virginia, 8th Florida, and the AGL, or the 8th Alabama. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this event. Here we are with the EU UEC event. This is the first time we'll be covering this, and we'll probably be covering this for the most of the summer as long as I'm available that weekend. So yes, this will be a fun one. It is live on 40. It should be a good one. Your announcers for today are myself as Guardian Eagle with that one, Sevi. It should be a good one. How are you doing, Sevi?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. You don't often, I don't have the time all the time to see the UEC events. They happen pretty early in the day, pretty in the afternoon for me. So yeah, it's pretty neat to see that.
Yeah, indeed. So, Garland stands. What's usually the strategy for both teams while we wait for the round to start?
Yes. Well, naturally, the people love to bum rush this corn. At least I know some people will swear by it. Of course, for the Rebels though, they have that giant stonewall there, and on these higher player counts, it is pretty easy. I say higher; it's only around 200, so it's not that horrible. But it's pretty easy just to hold down this stonewall, and then with your flanks, you're pretty good. This will be a hard map for the Yankees, especially in a line battle. They are going for a point, but they do have to abide by certain line battle rules. Long story short, you'll see them in lines. Who would have thought? Lines and columns and columns
Lines
and
in
lines.
line battle?
Who would have thought? Yeah.
This is a shock. I didn't know this.
It should be a shock because you never before seen. We also see circles, officer circles. Look at that.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
What are they talking?
Of course, you also see blood splatters because some people didn't get the memo it was live, so you get little shots like that.
Yeah, they resetted the server a couple of times because they wanted to play this round, and when you spawn on this map or spawn on this server set, you get Garland Sand. So they tried to reset the server, it didn't work because War of Rights is a perfect game.
Well, I'm just not going to go near those guys because when those guys start talking, I drop from 30 frames to 7. That's not good. Oh, there we go. It's much better now. So yeah, the live right now. Well, they called live 5 seconds early.
They're breaking the rules. They got to get banned.
Yeah, basically ban the admins.
Basically.
People are chatting in chat. Some people are saying certain things about certain countries. So I guess they're trying to shut those guys up. It is live, and they're still in their lines. Or, I'm sorry, columns. No more Yugoslavia, he says. Well, there certainly is no more Yugoslavia.
It's
pretty cool looking. I don't know what they're doing. So you can see here the 3rd Alabama, the 5th US, the 4th New Jersey, and the IVB next to the 2nd US. I sure hope that's cavalry. I think it is cavalry. I think we talked about that. Here's the 52nd New York. Sie sprechen die Deutsch. Over here is the 1st Virginia, Cav. And over here is the NSK, the Dutch people. Dutch, or Nederlandish, as they call themselves. And we come over here, and we see that on the right side of the Confederate line is the 8th Alabama, so the AGL and the 8th. I think there's one and the same. So I'm not very familiar with these. On the batteries is the AGL's battery and the 8th Florida. Over here's the 1st Virginia waiting. And they're going to see some Yankees come over that ridge. No, they won't, actually. The Yankees are all going far right. I don't know what that is. Over there, yes, so they're going that way. It looks like the Confederate forces over here lined up. In the main section, there's a TB. More parts of the TB. Over here is, you can see they're actually doing some quick timing. You don't see that in most games with the 56th Virginia. And over here is the 2nd Corps, 18th North Carolina. 2nd Corps and the 18th North Carolina. And yeah, so now we can see that a TB group, I imagine, yes, the TB has advanced. And even further in front of them is a group in the 14th Louisiana. They engage a little bit of the 5th U.S.
I hope they fall back relatively quickly. You don't want to take skirmishing and out-of-line deaths this early in the game.
Yeah, certainly. You want to? I mean, I can understand the idea of a fighting retreat, but you really don't want to have the.
There was an out-of-line right there.
Yeah, nice out-of-line. I don't know why you would volley against a skirmishing group though. It would be much better if only have one man shoot that guy. Wow, you didn't engage it. Oh my God. Wait, I just realized they started the server. They started this round with 0 people on the server, so like they have no tickets. That's not natural. That's not natural engage. I lost like 5 men. Oh my god.
That's.
This is.
Oh yeah, because people are F9ing and killing each other too because they didn't announce right away. I
Yeah,
wonder if
no,
they.
but like the reason it's engaged is because they started the round with so few men. Like
That's funny.
the amount of tickets you have is decided at the beginning of the game, not at the end. Wow, that fucking Jesus.
Wonder. We'll see what they do though. Look, the second CSA group that pushed forward, took some shots, and is now falling back. Kind of spread out
Yeah.
though, but they didn't take too many casualties. So
I do imagine they might restart this round. If they don't, I'd be surprised. But yeah, engaged at 37 is the Yankees, and I don't think that was due to actual natural ticket
there's
amounts.
no way they haven't even really engaged yet.
Yeah, they had like 5 deaths back there.
Guys, welcome to the New War Rights update.
A newer rights update, you actually fall back immediately. This is what we call it is the Spring of 1861 campaign, where you lose 1 man and then your entire 18,000 man division retreats.
Indeed. I actually saw, when I was covering some pub matches yesterday, I saw that a lot. Like, one team would charge the other, and the team being charged would just run away.
Yeah, which if you don't know, that's not good.
Nope. Stay there, stay in formation, instead of spread out skirmishing on a line. We might still take a couple at the end, but who do we got here, and what are they doing?
Here's the 18th North Carolina, and they can actually see some Yankees across from them. I hear them yelling "Ost, Ost," which means east, if you couldn't tell. And wow, you can see them doing a little volley right there. Down this road over here, which this road is out of line. If it wasn't out of line for the Union, then it would be well, I'm sorry, not the road, the corn. The corn's mostly out of line. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see it now. But yeah, the Yankees down here, the NSK, Deutsch fighting against Dutch. Oh, I hate the study so much. I will never not hate study. Volleying against a stone wall doesn't do much for you.
No, it does not. Union needs to be aggressive on either front. Probably down towards the corn is my guess. They're kind of really spread out, and with even numbers, the CSA is going to probably be able to hold. Unless the whole Union team does a mass charge, but even then, that probably won't work.
If your first move on this map isn't a charge, you're going to lose. Which is why I think the Union already is probably going to lose. Unless, of course, the Confederates have the same glitch that the Union do. I assume it's a glitch. It could be semi-normal. But, you know, these guys keep them picked off. And these Confederates are actually doing independent fire. Which is slightly more, I would say much more effective against the volley fire of the Union. Union have pushed forward on this rock formation in the center. If they use that as a charging point onto the main fence line, then they might be good. But if they just stay here, they're dead. Which I think they're sitting there, so they're dead.
Yeah, they don't
over
have enough
here,
guys to do an effective charge, I don't think.
we can see that for some reason the Union have taken up their, I think they have a cannon. Oh my god. They are currently spending 4 men to do nothing but waste their time on a cannon. It's literally useless. Like, actually, physically, we'll never get a kill.
Yeah, especially on a map like this. I mean, you're going to spend so much time rolling it up and then get up there, and you got to shoot, like, straight across. It's not like you're above the Confederates at any point on this map, so...
You literally have to get to this open plain right here, because the whole thing's up at such a slope that you can't shoot the cannon. Like, you literally, physically, will never be able to use anything but canister shot. But whatever.
We'll see, though, what they do. Maybe they have something we aren't thinking of. Maybe. We'll see. It looks like
maybe they have fly hacks. If they can put that gun all the way up there in the sky, they might have good luck.
Very true. Very true. Interesting approach by the Union, like moving out into the open field, allowing the Confederates to get easier shots. Oh.
I don't think that was their intentions. I think that's the people who fell back after a failed charge.
I see. I'm surprised they just charged out in the open field and not through the corn.
I'm surprised that only about 10, 15 men of the entire team charged when there's a 100-man, 98-man team. So, you know, beats me.
Nope, that's Confederates falling back on the right side. Union pushing
yeah, the Confederates
forward.
actually, yeah. So the 3rd Alabama over here is taking the old positions of the people who are holding here. However, the Confederates are now moving back up to the fence, and they do slightly outnumber, pretty severely outnumber the 3rd Alabama. Did you see that visual glitch?
Yeah.
Huh, I wonder what caused that.
Yeah, interesting. Union now falling back from that Confederate group. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I would think falling back is the correct thing there. I can hear him yelling, "Hold left face," and now they're getting over here, ready to put a little volley back over there on the Russians. He doesn't see anything coming up here, so they don't really see much. Of course, this is still a map, or the people who win here are the people who actually capture point. It's not a kills game, so we got to keep that in mind.
I'm surprised the Confederates haven't dropped to engage if the Union had that same issue, unless more Confederates spawned in earlier than Union.
That could be it. It also could be that I just haven't seen that many Confederates die.
That is also true.
And all the ones I have seen, they're all information. You know, I mean, it is still kind of surprising. Like there are still a number of them
What is
dying and
happening
shit.
on your screen?
I don't quite know. I think it's the new visual improvements. Christ, what?
Holy cow, that's a lot of.
If you can't see, this is why, generally speaking, people don't form turmeric lines. It's because it does gives you no actual benefit. However, for this kind of event, it is more necessary. Part of the rules, kind of thing, you know.
It does look cool, though.
I think the flashes are just showing up as extra large on my end. Over here, the people who beat them off were the 3rd Alabama, the IVB, and the 4th New Jersey. And it also looks like the 2nd U.S. is here. So now the 3rd is going over here to the left to chase them off. The AGL is facing them on this stone thing. Northeast east, he says.
I find this interesting. Confederates are being or rather, I guess you could say aggressive, more aggressive than what we usually see. Confederates usually hold back by the stone wall and pointing to the right and to the left of that. But Confederates are pushing really far out into the woods.
Yeah, and you know, it's working for them. And they haven't really went down a ticket level just yet. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe we were wrong. Maybe the tickets are fine. I don't know.
Yeah, because, I mean, Confederates haven't dropped down, I would think, but I guess we'll never know. But I think the line battle also has something to do with this as well. With the Confederates being allowed to go so far forward and not take too many casualties.
Yeah, because they are information. However, like we saw earlier, they lost a lot of men, even information. That is a significant amount of tickets. Which is, you know, why people usually, in events that allow it, stretch their line as thin as possible while still being considered information. If you can't see, here's 5 men who are currently not shooting their rifles. And also, when they do eventually start shooting, they're going to hit dirt right in front of them. The cannons on this map, both sides, I think are just completely useless.
You know, do you remember the collector
8 men.
Mustang video of them firing arty right here?
Yeah,
probably load canister on this map.
It didn't kill anybody. They didn't actually get anybody.
They didn't?
I'm pretty sure we went frame by frame and didn't see a single kill.
Oh.
So yeah, again, there's still a big fight out. I'm gonna get a little bird's eye view because it's kind of hard to see. Oh, right as I see that, there's a little bit of an advance over here. The 2nd Delaware and the 52nd New York seems to have been advanced upon by the 1st Virginia, who did kill a significant number of them, I imagine, by shooting before they charged. However, they are now receiving a charge from the 3rd Alabama, and that should wipe out the small Confederate force. There we go.
Honestly,
so yeah, that's pretty cool.
If the Confederates are going to keep being aggressive at it as is, maybe Union won't be as aggressive as we usually see them. Because there's no way, it's very hard to coordinate a charge on a map like this, especially when Confederates have good positions. So
I would say it's not. I would say it's hard to coordinate a charge, but not because of the map itself, but just because there's so many groups. And an event like this in line battle, people really do want to be spread out. People want to be in their own section. And the only way to win this battle is to get all of your men and win on one of the flanks. If you literally, even just having any group that's anywhere not charging a flank, you can't win. It's impossible. And I don't think, unless we see a massive change of strategy by the Union here, that they're even going to get close to winning. Of course, it is still a line battle, and there are still those things to consider. Here we saw that cannon hit one person and then went right through. Because the things physically cannot explode at this distance. It's useless to shoot shells. Physically useless. The shell in your cannon is literally useless. Same with the case, but anything but that isn't canister is useless.
Yeah, because even if you don't get a lot of kills with the canister, you'll suppress the heck out of any group that is nearby it, which will help your infantry.
It is I guess it has a use to kill one man with a 30-second reload that takes 4 guys. It is extremely useful at that. What we see here is that all these Union groups, they finally got a cannon up here. It took them 20 minutes almost to get a cannon up, and now they're going to start loading it.
Hopefully it's canister.
I don't think that was canister. I think they're trying to shoot a shell at 30 yards.
Shells is the ones that go boom, right? Case just.
Yeah, shells explode, case explodes, but then you shoot shrapnel.
Ah, I see.
I don't know if the explosion of a case actually. Well, I guess how could it? It's shrapnel. Prime. He's yelling prime at these guys, but they don't hear him. Okay, so what we can see here is that the Confederates over there on the right are slightly falling back. Wasn't really a Union advance that really did that. Looks like they just chose to.
We haven't mentioned it yet, but Confederates are doing a heck of a job being battle ready at this point in the game.
That is true. That is true. And I'm starting to second guess the glitch that we had thought about. Maybe the tickets are fine enough.
But
maybe the Union really did just lose a lot of men.
How did the Union go to engage? They must have done something when they spawned in, because we did see dead bodies. I don't know how many were dead there.
I imagine that they would have had to have 100% out of line losses, or all those losses must have been out of line in order for them to drop them down to engaged.
We'll probably see in the final report thing.
And you can see it took all that time that they were aiming it, and the Confederates just moved out of the way. Nice job.
Oh.
Confederates did hit engage at 26 minutes. That's pretty good. Yeah, speak of the devil cometh.
Yes. Confederates advancing here to engage with this Union group that is pushing forward.
AGL charging out. AGL charging out the 3rd Alabama. Nice amount of buck and ball. Is this man using a Lamette? Oh, well, he died, so I imagine not. He had a very convincing death sound, though. We can see here that the AGL who did charge is kind of surrounded by Union. It's kind of hard to see from the forest, but you can see here how they are pretty much on, except for that side, on the front, they are just facing off against a large Union push now. This Union push being spearheaded by the 2nd Delaware and 52nd New York, and I think I see some IVB guys. Interesting. Lots of people dying. Lots of people.
Yeah.
This is a big ticket drain for the Confederates, and if the Union players can keep melee like this up, they might be able to pull it back. Jumbo over here shooting a not Lamette, he's shooting a Colt Army. You should switch it out, man. Come on. If he had a Lamette, he would have won that melee. We can see here now that the Union the Union just lost. I think these last couple of guys just lost it for themselves.
Dang.
Unless Mr. David Howard, Mr. Potato. Oh my God, Potato got team killed. Oh my God, David Howard! Jesus, that was awesome.
Wait.
Oh! Nice. Well, he did get a lot of out-of-line kills for his own team. We can see here that the Confederates are now being really aggressive over here. Don't exactly know why. The Virginia, the 56th, whoever is facing off against the rear guard. It looks like the 2nd U.S., some 4th New Jersey guys who are just running away. Looks like they do not care, and they just are running away from their guys dying out of line. Interesting tactical move there. So it does look like the Union there got hit extremely heavily, and they're just letting their rear get taken. I don't even think they know.
This is so weird to watch.
The IVB just doesn't know.
This is a very interesting round to watch. Confederates playing aggressive, but I think the fact that it's a line battle and they can stay in formation is why we haven't seen them gone down to taking losses yet. So
yeah, but in normal events, even people can still stay in formation, and people almost always do. I don't think that's anything especially special about this event.
I just wonder why the Confederates are pushing so far forward when they could hold back on very decent defensive positions and do exactly what they're doing.
I think they got kind of cocky.
Too.
Well, you see, this is like the only kind of shot in the entire game that... Okay, look over there, the artillery overshooting, because it's extremely hard to barely... You have, literally nothing. And generally speaking, people aiming using the bottom right things will just over-aim by a little bit, so... It's going to be very hard. Oh my God, they thought the North was friendlies. Yeah, but these guys over here are getting hit extremely hard. So we can see is that they're just dying over and over. I don't think that advance or this little pusher here with the 4th and the IVV is going to do jack all. Over here to the left, we can see the down flags, and over beyond the down flags is the NSK. The NSK now taken up on this tree formation. Directly in front of them is the JDL. I'm guessing Jefferson Davis Legion, fighting for the Union.
Who knew the day?
Yeah, Jefferson Davis decided. Well, I mean, he was a senator from Mississippi, right? So
he was from Mississippi. Oh, okay. Huh.
He commissioned Hardy's Drill Manual, and Hardy was the Confederate Lieutenant General. Union now hit taking losses at just over 23-15.
Not surprised by that though, just because of how early they went to engage.
And now the Union, a small group charging a much larger group. The 3rd Alabama, with their characteristic aggressiveness, has charged out the 56th. I wonder who's going to win here. It's kind of hard to tell. Looks like the 56th does outnumber the 3rd, but they were not ready, and many of their men were still reloading. I think the 3rd Alabama, nice aggressiveness there, and did win the melee, with only 3 men left alive. They're continuing their charge forward. Nice. That's what they need to be doing, the Union, right now.
Exactly.
Over here, right behind them, is some people in the 18th North Carolina, and I'm guessing they see him now.
Oh yeah.
They're forming a 2-rank line before they even consider firing their guns. Very disciplined. And right against them is the 5th U.S., the 1st Virginia, and some 4th New Jersey guys. Right against that push over there from the NSK, or the IVB, I guess everyone pushed up here now, but you can see a bunch of Confederates, the AGL mostly. They're fighting over this rock formation, but the Confederates outnumber the Union by a good number, and a lot of Union guys were just sitting behind that rock, not engaging in melee, or shooting, or anything. Very interesting game there, and a lot of guys holding back here. I don't exactly know why they didn't enjoy the melee. I think they think their friends won, but they did not. The enemy to those guys won.
If I were holding back, I would think my friendlies lost.
Yeah, but he said I think they won, so.
Oh, there you go.
You know, if they were in that melee, that probably would have been enough to turn the tide, in my opinion. More than enough, I would say. We can see right against them, we can see the TB has now pushed up and taken a double rank line. They're going even more forward. So yeah, that melee is pretty much over. Sneaky. 52nd New York, die Deutsches haben diese Straße gewonnen. And now they have a pretty clear line right down this road. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. If only they had a flag bearer. I'm willing to bet that push is just, it's gonna fizzle out. They can't really do much. However, they are glitching themselves just barely on point. I say glitching, not really inching. If they had a flag bearer, they. Yeah.
Point is uncapping right now. I'll show you. There you go. You can see that it's now being capped again.
Yeah, so we can see all the little Confederate ants moving around, being like, "Hey, what they doing back there?" And well, who doing back there? It's the Yankees. So yes, yes. Now it is actually capping pretty well in the Union's favor. Not doing much though in favor of, you know, I don't think it's gonna last. You know, the Confederates can get a couple flag bearers over there, kill them, and then it's over. Union might be able to use this change in, I don't know. They might be able to use the fact that Confederates are going to redeploy over there to now charge out this left flank, and I'm sure that's what they're hoping to do. The 3rd Alabama, led by their captain, is now charging forward. Of course, he is unlucky and cannot get at them at. Some buck and ball put a quick end to his life.
However, the rest of his men are pouring in now.
Yes. A couple well-placed buck and ball shots did kill quite a number of the Confederates, and I think that the 3rd Alabama is going to have won that in general. Yes, the 3rd Alabama won that charge. I thought they were going to lose that, but you know, that's when you're in double rank line, buck and ball kills a lot of guys. Right on their rear, the TB is now right on the Confederates, are taking losses at 19 minutes. Interesting.
Is that a good time in terms of the attackers to hit taking losses? When is the good time for a defending team to go to taking losses for the attackers?
I would say in a general game, that'd be phenomenal for the Confederates. However, what we've seen is that the Union hit it around 5 minutes ago. That could end up being really bad for them. The 52nd over here does not notice that the Confederates are on their rear, and they're about to do a volley. Oh, by the way, firing by rank didn't happen in the Civil War at all. Show me it in Casey's manual. Over here, they're facing off against the AGL, the 8th, some people over there, but on their rear is what we see, a much more severe thing by the 56th.
Oh, get up behind him and shoot. They're still hitting a lot of shots there.
Yeah, but I'm surprised they only hit that few.
Yeah, they should have probably...
Deutsches versus Deutsches.
Moved in a little closer and taken closer shots, possibly. However, they're probably still going to wipe this Union group.
I think they should have done independent fire instead of a volley. Giving their men actually time to aim for the waist would have been better than doing a forced volley, in which case most people were aiming at the same couple guys.
That is a fair point.
That is the downside of volleys, is that oftentimes a lot of people will aim at the most appealing target. In independent fire, once the target goes down, nobody else is going to aim at him, right? Unless they just happen to fire at nearly the same time. 4th New Jersey now taking some fire on the Confederate artillerymen. Of course, it's not going to do jack shit, and you should really just enter in melee with them. I think that they have captured a prisoner over here. Muscovite has become prisoner to the Confederate battery. Very sad day. We can see there that it went red mist and then right through them. The line is still completely intact. Shoot fucking canister.
Yeah, I don't know why the Union is sitting back to and giving the opportunity for the Confederates to do that.
Yeah, if they shot canister there, they'd be dead. 3rd Alabama is now engaged back in with the TB. Lots and lots and lots of deaths happening on both ends. The 3rd Alabama is now receiving a charge from the TB. TB now has the momentum. Their Colonel Jumbo dead. I couldn't see if he has the mat or not. 3rd Alabama did lose that charge. They did not have the initiative there. The Union is continuing to do volleys. I just to get in melee. I don't know what they're doing. They're allowed to get in melee.
I wonder if they're just afraid of charging in and then a massive CSA force will come and wipe them.
Yeah, but that should be expected when you're attacking.
That is true.
The 5th US over here is now leading in advance on the far left. I'm willing to bet they're going to try to pick up these flag bearers and keep pushing on to this road. So yes, where the AGL, where the AGL, 8th Alabama, and other people are holding. The people over here on the fence, the Yankees, in the IVB and the 1st New York, the 2nd US, are now just sitting on the fence, pretty much a skeleton force. Yeah, you don't see that very often, just a force that small. Over here, the 5th United States has formed a line, and they're going to be receiving a charge from the AGL.
They're falling back.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they're running away. That's just going to lose you a couple out of lines.
Yeah,
well, actually, 3 out of lines in total, looks like. Once Shy dies. I assume he's going to die. No, Shy got away. Nice. I'm sorry, Shay. There you go. Well, I guess he only lost like 2 out of lines. Could be worse, could be worse. If you're going to fall back, try to do it sooner than when they're 10 yards away from you, though. So, looking at the whole map as a whole, I think that the map is heavily in the Confederates' favor. Sure, they hit taking losses really early, but the Union are going to hit final push very, very early compared to that. Unless the Confederates do something dumb, I think they have it in the bag.
Yeah, I agree. Despite their overall aggressiveness, it is impressive that they haven't gone down. It's just being well played so far by the Confederates. But we'll see. There's 16 minutes left, maybe less depending on if a Union goes to a final push. So...
Yes. So, man, these European events really do last 40 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, the 1st Virginia is now charging over here next to the IVB remnants. Again, they had to fall back because they were holding up there without a flag for like 30 minutes. 1st Virginia looks like Eos lo han muertan. I'm sorry, lo han mataran? I think so. No? Les han mataran? Yeah, something like that.
I believe in you, Sevi.
Lo siento. Over here, back on the Confederate far right, with my frames going to 8. Yeah, there we go, now it's a little better. The 8th Florida is still holding that position they were holding earlier. The Confederates have completely pushed back the Union on all fronts. Yeah, I don't know.
And
of course, there's still a couple little guys holding Mike over there.
The Confederates should just grug and charge the Union spawn. They got it.
They're still...
Sorry.
Yeah. 52nd New York over here, they don't have a flag this time. If they actually have a chance to advance, I'm sure that they'll do a little better this time than last. Yeah, there's enough time for them. There's enough Confederates. There's enough. Even fucking 4 guys would be enough to stop that entire charge. You get 1 shot off right as they come over, and the 2nd shot when they get there, and then, you know, that's enough. And it's also just enough time to bring over men. Reinforcements from the far right. So there is still enough time in this event for the Confederates to snatch defeat from the claws of victory. 14 minutes is more than enough time to hit final push from taking losses. We don't exactly know how low or high of a taking losses the Confederates are at, especially because of their aggressiveness and their frequent use of more spaced out lines. Of course, we've seen a lot of 2-rank lines here. Of course, with a map where both sides have a pretty good chance of getting buck and ball, and if you know how to get it, you can get it. Both sides theoretically should have 100% buck and ball, but I'm sure they don't. The casualties from 2-rank lines are insane, and most melees are over in a matter of seconds. So yeah, that's what we've seen so far. Is that whenever melee happens, the winner is decided almost instantly. The cannons are still shooting. I've not seen a shell explode over them or a single canister shot. So you know, basically. No kills. I could easily say no kills and only be within a rounding error of the amount of kills that they've gotten. So over here, the 3rd Alabama has advanced up here, and now they're on the fence line. The 1st Virginia is to their left. visual glitch still happening, and we can see that they're shooting over on the stone wall. They're not shooting canister. That's pretty good. They killed a couple men. That right there was just a case shot. Only killed one man. It was a nice blood splatter. Only killed one man. But that canister was nice. The 1st Virginia over here is now over here on the left. Moderators are moderating in chat. They're in double quick, and now they can get pretty easily shot. I hear Preacher yelling, "Kill the battery!" They should just charge in. I hear the Union yelling 6 Semper Tyrannis. The 3rd Alabama and everybody else over here is now receiving a charge from the EGL. Both sides shooting copious amounts of buck and ball into the enemy. Union hitting breaking at 12 minutes 46 seconds. We can see the melee through and through. Looks like the Confederates are going to win it.
Indeed.
I don't know actually, because those guys don't seem very keen in actually engaging. Of course, Mr. Can't see his name or his gun, but Mr. Tibru, it looks like. Does he have a Lamat? It does not look like it. Does not look like it. Man, none of these Confederates have Lamats.
Yeah, that is the case. I apologize for the juddering on the Discord stream. It should be looking a little better now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I restart my stream?
No, you're fine. It's really weird. I will exit. Oh, it's going back again. I'll just keep exiting out of it occasionally, and hopefully it'll be better. And we'll try to fix something in halftime.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It happens. This happened the other night too. It's really weird. Just keep advocating. I'll keep fixing it. Trying to fix it.
Right on. Yes. Not much to talk about right now though, because the Confederates did win that advance. I really wish that whole cornfield was inbound. That'd make this map a lot more interesting. I think, at least.
Yeah, it'll allow the Union to charge over more, or at least be more hidden than they usually are.
I think that this map is probably, in my opinion, one of the worst designed maps, because it's extremely fat, but not very far from end to end. So, I'm sorry, not really. It's like, I don't know. It's too fat to like narrow you down to a fight over this field, but it's not fat enough to actually let you fight in the interesting areas. Like you can barely fight in that forest. Like you're out of line, like right there. It's kind of annoying. So I just really don't like the layout of this map, the way that it is sectioned off. We can see that there's a small Union advance over here, which seems to be like the only thing that the Union can do right now is small advances. Again, it's very hard to. Is it fine?
I just keep talking about it. I apologize. Okay. I'm restarting quickly.
Okay. Yes, it is very hard in one of these events to organize a thing with everybody charging. But what we see here is that group right there just advanced, lost like 5 out of lines, and then retreated. And we've seen that a lot, where like only one group tries to advance and they're not able to do much. And I don't like seeing that very often when there's massive swings of pushes, and they just always fizzle out right before they enter melee.
Apologize for that. We're just gonna keep with the stuttering for now. We'll try to fix it in halftime, and hopefully it won't do much. I apologize for that. Anyways, just continue.
Yes. So we can see that the 1st Virginia is holding this rock formation. Of course, they are actually in a skirmishing formation now, which means that, of course, their losses will be a lot worse when they go and die. I can hear them yelling some chats of encouragement, but they are still receiving heavy fire. And giving heavy fire to the 5th U.S. That is the group that they're fighting against. Man. Okay, this really is going to be a 40-minute event. We can see the Union cannon shooting off around not even 50 yards away from the enemy. What does that mean? Repeat after me. The shells will not explode. So pretty much anything you can do is just a single kill. And it goes without saying that single information kill is not worth a cannon. The 4th New Jersey.
Yeah, it looks like a Union charge. No, it's fine. It's on the Discord. I don't know why. We'll just keep going.
The 4th New Jersey did just charge out these guys alongside the 3rd Alabama. They took this rock formation. If they're able to bring down the Confederates down to breaking right now, I don't know. I think it's a long shot, but the Confederates would really have to expose themselves hard to actually get hurt here. No. We can see there that they killed one man. Awesome. Yes, so again, looking at this far map, we can see massive swing over there on the right that kind of fizzled out. These guys are now moving to the center, and they're just going to be exchanging shots against the stone wall, which means you lose. You will never win that. I don't know. These Yankees seem to be, some of them seem to be very willing to enter melee, but we can see here that the number of Confederates willing to enter melee is much higher. The AGL just charged out the guys who didn't win this track formation. So now the Confederates have it again, and they're just continuing to charge. Over here, this battery, who I don't think have gotten a single kill the entire game, is about to get killed. No, they're not. Oh, the Confederates ran away. Lucky day for you guys.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
Yeah, nothing much has really changed. We'll probably see... I'm guessing Confederates are going to hit breaking before we're done with this.
Yeah, but I really would be surprised if they hit last stand.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think... We'll see if the Union's able to do an effective charge. They haven't done so much. They haven't really breached that Confederate line. They only did it once, and that one time they didn't have a flag, and there were no Confederates there. So
Yes. The advance of the 52nd will go down as one of the most random things. I don't know, because like that was just, I don't know, kind of dumb with the Confederates to leave that whole flank open, but also kind of dumb with the Yankees to try to exploit without having a flag bearer. What do you think was going to happen? Oh, look over here. The Union are advancing in the center. Looks like an advance spearheaded by the 1st Virginia Cavalry, naturally preachers in the front, 2nd USC on their left, NSK behind them. IVB is up there with the 1st. NSK is still fucking around back here. This charge, which from end to end is around 8 miles long, finally just hit the stone wall. And what are they doing? They're shooting and not hitting anything because it's very hard to shoot those guys. How about you just, I don't know, shoot those guys instead? I think that the way that the Union charged there, where they just advanced to the stone wall and wasted all their shots, was pointless. They should have either entered melee with the cannons or shot at these infantry guys. But now we see this is around the time when the Union guys are going to start getting their reloads back in. And let's see how bad of an effect this has on this line made up by the 18th North Carolina and directly in front of them by the 56th. Looks like the Union aren't actually focusing on shooting the guys who would make easy targets. They're instead shooting randomly into the forest, which, you know, that's how it is. Again, the 18th I don't think has lost a single man yet, which, again, looks very easy targets to me.
They're kind of at a weird... Oh, there you go. They got one. It's kind of a weird angle, though, in a sense.
Yes. Well, they didn't waste their time, and now the 8th Florida is now charged on their rear. And there's no way the AGL, 8th Florida, there's the IVB, 2nd, everyone over there in the Union is about to die. And I think that's about the end of the game right there. Can't do much now. That push was probably the worst push I've ever seen committed on this map. No offense to the guys who were fighting there, but... You know, Confederates did a break with only 6 minutes left. That's hardly enough time to actually win. Union did actually take the time to take this house, but it's way too late in the game to exploit an advantage like this. If they had done that at the beginning of the game and taken this flank, that would have been a great move. But they waited 40 minutes to actually make an attack that took a flank. You know.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to do anything. Can you capture the point from the side of the stone wall that they're on right now?
You can capture it, but you have to be much more inched forward. I'm pretty sure the capture point starts around there. I think that bush right there is the capture point. Could be wrong on that. Is it more to the left? Whatever. It's somewhere around there. Around this area is capture point. So I think these guys are here capturing, but definitely not these guys over here on the right.
Yeah, for sure. I think Union's got to probably just hold stone wall. You think?
I think they have a near zero chance of winning.
But if they
have the Confederates have. Their strategy there is probably the best one. Of course, the 3rd Alabama finally up and over in the charging. Oh, the admin changed to the daytime. The Union are capturing the point now. Of course, it is now pitch black, and they just entered melee.
Oh, it flashed.
Okay, well, the 18th North Carolina... Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think I should have been allowed.
What changed
They
it?
just... In the nighttime, they just attacked, and then daytime again. 18th North Carolina just... Actually, they were able to repulse them.
And more Confederates are coming in, too.
The Union guys over here, they are able to advance, and most of these guys are on point. But again, the Confederates see nothing but to get their guys on point. What are they doing back here? Again, it is still 5 minutes more than enough time to... Yeah, you can see the Union are no longer capturing the point. There's still enough time for the Confederates to snatch defeat from the claws of victory here. However, it would be a feat of unmeasured portion. These guys need to stop charging and just shoot into that fucking mass of men.
Union going down the final push.
Well, the 52nd, everybody over here, the Union's going to lose this melee. There's no way they win.
Yeah, no, they were charging across an open field for a long time. Not much you can do there. We have...
Yeah. I don't think the Union handled themselves very well there. They could have exploited the Confederates' fact that they weren't all on point and just all barely clipped their guys on point right there and then forced them to attack them. They didn't do that though, and they charged pretty dumbly, I would say, over there. Again, you can just group up all your men right there between those two stone walls, be on point, and then be a very tough target to hit. And with Buckenball shooting down this road, you'll kill anything in front of you. Of course, that is just around the range where cannons actually start being effective, but with only 5 minutes left in the game, that's barely enough time to even get the cannon moved 10 feet. There's no way. I'm just calling it out. Confederates have won this game.
Yeah, I mean, even if Union didn't go down to engage so quickly for whatever reason, I don't know if they would have won regardless. I mean, the final push changed a minute in time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
it's not like they lost any time, really.
Yeah, I mean, extra minute is possibly time to get full kits and possibly run up at least 3/4 of the way up to point.
You said they killed 2 men.
Hopefully with canister.
I just gotta say that this is proof that the Union players themselves are not bad. At the end there, if they had done the strategy at the beginning of the game, they would have won, hands down. But they were too afraid of entering into melee until the end of the game. And now you can see when their kills don't matter, they just stormed the cannons like there was nothing. They could have done that literally at any point in the game, but they didn't. Free kills. If they just, again, advancing with your whole force right here is never going to work. However, it's a great distraction. If that was their goal, to distract them and take the rear, that could have worked at the beginning of the game. That could have been amazing at the beginning of the game. But it wasn't the beginning of the game. There was only 10 minutes left, not even, and it was just a waste of time. And we can see here now that the Confederates are all on point. Union would literally have to outnumber them, and unlikely, to say the least. The Union now did enter the road here, and the Williamson has now has his men begin to start shooting the 8th, the AGL, and everyone down here. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look very successful from the start of it.
No,
of course, there are a lot of Union guys coming in the rear, but there's also a lot of Confederate guys coming in their rear.
Yeah, so, Union's very spread out in this charge, at least the beginning half of it.
Ooh, the Confederates are doing a little bit of a sneaky thing. There's only a minute left, and I would not recommend leaving the point with only a minute left. Looks like they're going to try to cut off some reinforcements, EU4 style. Yeah, the Union charge, predictably, it's a final push charge, didn't work very well. These guys are trying to reload. I think it's a waste of time.
I'll just start stabs with people. It's unfortunate. I mean, if Confederates are in last stand, this might be a different story, because that wasn't the whole Union team. I don't think that George's in there, but we're about 30 seconds left in the round. Confederates not on last stand. I think this will pretty much do it. You have more Union coming in. We'll see if they get more bodies on them on point to cause an overtime.
Those volleys didn't do very much.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Well, not very surprisingly. They were like 40 yards away. And again, when you do a volley, most people aim at the center, and when you're shooting at a line that's spread out, Union did up and over here. An overtime glitch, I guess, is possible, but really hard when you have just that giant block of guys over there, Yep, yeah, it doesn't look like Union are going to be able to win this. Nice little, they were able to get on point, and we can see the end of it. Yeah.
There we go. That was a very interesting round in a lot of ways. Apologies for the little, 2 or 3 minutes of corruption. I don't know if you want to call it corruption, but just bad video quality. Issues. Yeah, it fixed itself in the end. It's great. We didn't miss much, thankfully. So yeah, with that being said, Savvy, your thoughts with this round?
I thought, again, maybe there was an issue with the tickets, maybe there wasn't. However, the Union did engage very quickly, and I think, they lost 80 men at the beginning. That explains it. I think my game just crashed. Okay. Anyways, they lost a lot of men at the beginning of the game. I think that was just a death glitch, and that's probably what did them. That makes sense now. They lost 80 information deaths, which 80 is a lot of deaths. I'm not able to see the kills there. Unfortunate. And it looks like that scared them into not wanting to enter melee. Well, what we saw there was that their push was pretty successful there, and I would say again, you don't need to take a position for a push to be successful. You just need to have a positive ticket trade with the defenders in the amount of time that you have. So that it could have worked. It didn't work for them because they waited too long, in my opinion. Confederates also played really well. They pretty much did everything you need to do on that map. I think they put a little bit too aggressive there and lost too many out of lines and stuff and some melees, especially against the I think it was the 3rd Alabama on the Union, who was able to wipe out some pretty isolated Union groups. I'm sorry, the 3rd Alabama was able to wipe out some pretty isolated Confederate groups, and the Confederates, I would say in a normal event, they might have lost that. It was pretty close. And that was, I would say, way too close for comfort for the Confederates. So I'm not saying they didn't play well, but I think that they cut it way too close.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of similar thoughts there. Yeah, that's really all there is to it. Kind of sucks that Union lost a lot of men right away, but I don't think that would have changed much. So, yeah, apologize for the issues. Hopefully, we won't have any in the second round. And with that being said, we'll see you in the second round. Here we are with our second round. They switched it to Conquest. It seems to have worked. A lot of people haven't crashed. Praise be. So this will be a fun one to watch. It's a South Mountain Conquest map. It should be a good one. Sevi, show us what the map looks like.
Yeah, so beside the German artillery groups having a chat before the round starts, we can see that there's a hill in the beginning, or in the middle of the two groups. The Union group spawns in that valley, and the Confederates spawn in that valley. The Confederates spawn slightly closer to the points, but the Union obviously have a bit of a hill in front of them that they could take to force down. I haven't seen much for fighting on this one. The only fighting I've done has been in person, and it wasn't very tactical to begin with. So let's see what we have here. I don't really know who's going to win this one. Again, the Confederates spawn closer, but the Union have the high ground. And yeah, so we can see in the slopes, for example, at point C, how the Confederates will have to receive pretty damning fire from up there on the top of the hill, and it'd be very hard for them to charge them out of their positions. At the same time, though, the Union have to give up those positions to take the flagpoles in the first place. So I wonder what we'll see here. Over here at the Confederate. Yep, sorry.
No, so the one time I did this in pubs, the Union went for C, the point you were just looking at. Confederates went for, I think that's A on the other side where we saw the German artillerists talking. And then that middle point, there was a fight over that. Not really, though, because the Confederate officers really sucked. So Union took C, and we took B really quickly, took A, and then just kept destroying them. We were like at battle ready when they were at like breaking last stand. So
Interesting.
I guess I haven't seen a formal, like, good like regiments fighting, so we'll see how different it is, but it's a cool layout.
Yeah. On maps like this, we're gonna have to start from the faraway view because we'll have to see what both units go towards. Again, both sides are still 98, 92, a pretty large server, even though a little bit less because some people had to leave after that first round. Yeah, 190 people. Yeah, it's pretty weird to think that 190 people is considered like a small server. You know, it's like a medium-sized server.
Oh yeah, and 2 years ago, if you'd say that, you'd be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, when you couldn't even
insane.
reach 150 in some events. Yeah, we can see here that the Confederates have done a two-pronged thing. It looks like their main focus is going to be on the points B and points A. They're sending nobody over to point C. The Union have sent many. It looks like they're moving a little bit slower. They're sending men. None to the middle, and some group to C and some to B. Looks like the Confederates are going to get A for free, which A is the middle. I really hate the way they order every single time they order them. We are live, he says. I don't think this was intentional.
Here comes the sun. Do do do
do do do do. Where's the sun?
It's all right. What the? That looks so weird.
Yeah.
And let there be light, and then there was evening and morning on the first day. Oh,
yes.
Did I say that?
We can see here that the only group even going anywhere near A is a quick timing regiment. This is the 2nd Delaware 52nd New York. So don't really know what they're doing, but they're at the quick time. Again, it's very spread out here. You can see now that the Union have just started getting over to B. They still have some Confederates on these cannons. I don't know why. I think they're just helping their. Yeah, okay. The Confederates on their actual cannons are also rolling the cannons forward. Why?
Yeah, that's a really bad position in terms of B.
Yeah, I don't know why the Union didn't bring a flag over here. I guess they thought the Confederates would be here. I don't know. Do they not have flags? No, they have flags. They're allowed to have flags. I don't really know what they're doing.
Confederates A, though.
Yes. So again, the Confederates are focusing on A and B, and the Union are focusing on B and C. Of course, the Union group that's anywhere near C is taking their draw time. And do they even have a flag bearer? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
Where's the Union flag bearers?
Dead at spawn.
Bruh.
What
the flag doing?
We can see finally a Stars and Bars shall wave over this.
Stars and Bars?
These guys are singing.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sorry, Stars and Stripes. The way that the Dutch language just sounds very, very musically to my ears. So it's important to think about how we know now, unlike the first reports said in the patch notes, if both teams have a singular flag, they do cancel each other out. So it would then just be literally a ticket game based solely off kills and tickets. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Union has very nice positions here. However, the Confederates are pulling up the hill, going to getting nice flanking shots, at least on some of the Union. That's a nice
Yeah,
shot.
at the very least, they'll be able to defeat in detail. Union has captured point B. So there we go. They've captured this area. Union decided instead of actually engaging the men, I think this is the 52nd, right? No, this is the 3rd Alabama. The 3rd Alabama decided to go far around, and I'm thinking that they're going to try to go and kill those artillerymen. Get some out of line kills that way. Over here, bunker down against the huge enemy forces at 4th New Jersey. Most of their men in mediocre cover behind these rocks. The 1st Virginia facing off against them alongside the TB. Point C is completely empty. Nobody's even considered capturing that. Point A is now being held by the Union. 52nd New York is going to start putting up their flag here.
I'm surprised they ain't going for C.
I don't know why. Oh my God, they're sitting in a line. Okay, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Okay, 5th U.S., go home. You're drunk. There's nobody over there. I do not know what they're thinking. I think that they're high.
Maybe they're just waiting. I mean, they're probably just waiting for the Confederates to try to cap it, but no Confederates are even remotely close. I wish they had a flag.
Yeah, on that entire flank, there's not a single Confederate. Like, literally, not one. A Union are in full control of Point A now. The Confederates have rolled up the position of the old 4th New Jersey, and they've taken their rock formation as a center around which they pivot and attack more groups. The 56th Virginia has advanced on the positions there. 4th New Jersey, Mr. just got a kill. Didn't do jack, though. 1st Virginia running away. Very uncharacteristic preacher. The rest of these guys, I'm guessing led by the 3rd Virginia, yes, the 3rd Alabama, they did take out this position of the Confederate artillery, but now they're about to get hit very hard from above. The Confederate infantry is gonna now, be wearing down fire against them. Union guys, I'm sure, yeah, they're about to capture Point A, which will give them a pretty significant number of tickets per time. I think these guys are either going to try to kill that group or go to C. Nope, they're going to try to kill that group. Okay, so Kenmu over here in the 1st Virginia is advancing to the rear of the 52nd New York. 52nd New York doesn't see him at all, and they're also yeah. Well, there we go. That volley just killed 4 guys, and they run right into the 1st Virginia. Alrighty. Advance to the 52nd, unsupported, didn't really do much.
Looks like Confederates will retake that point.
Yeah, the Confederates seem to be winning on actual engagements, and I'm sure that the amount of kills and tickets that they have been able to kill will be significant when we near the end of the game. I don't know why these guys aren't capping that point.
If the 5th U.S. capped C, I wonder if there would have been a 3-minute counterattack, and I wonder if Union could have just won.
Yeah, but not even. Okay, even excluding the counterattack, the sheer amount of tickets you would lose from having 3 points against you, that's insane. Even only for a few minutes. I know what they're doing. They're waiting in wait. They're trying to get a Confederate group to come over here and use their flag. That's the dumbest strategy I've ever heard of, though. Because it's not benefiting you. In the passive amount of time, it's been 10 minutes since the game started. You would have killed. The amount of tickets that would have been gained by this having that flag up would be like 200 deaths worth. It's insane.
And
passive tickets.
My guess is Confederates are going to uncap B rather soon, especially if they're all focused on A right now. There's no one at B right now in the general vicinity, except for...
this guy also has his lament. Why does everyone have Colts? Confederates capture Point A, so now the ticket differential from having a point is even. 5th U.S. is now moving away from C, and they're going to go engage other people. But at that exact same time, I think this is a flag bearer group. Nope, they're just looking around. B-18 North Carolina just looking around, chilling. They're looking out for property they might consider buying. But they don't actually want to bring a flag bearer over there and fucking capture the fucking point. We can see here that led by Mr. Kenmu of the 1st Virginia. Yes, they're finally bringing a flag over here. Mr. Guerrillo, I don't know. Oh, I think it's Guerrillero.
Are they going to send the 5th U.S.?
5th U.S. season before they see. Oh, killing their flag bearer. That could be pretty substantial. 5th U.S.
Confederates don't realize it yet. The guys in the front, now they're realizing, turning around. 5th U.S. though has more men, but they're all scattered.
Yeah. The 5th U.S. is charging in the wrong direction. They're going after the flag bearer, which could be
another
the
flag
right
bearer comes up.
Yeah, I think that flag bearer is going to go cap no matter what the 5th U.S. does. 5th U.S. did confuse the 1st Virginia here. Get a couple of good kills, but I think they're going to win here. Yeah, they won. Okay, cool. There's going to be a couple extra out of lines in favor of the Union. But however, the 18th North Carolina, they consider they do actually want to buy this property, and they've sent a man over with an offer. His offer is that he will raise the stars and bars. I'm sorry, the Confederate cross above this orchard. So look at that, magical stuff, magical stuff.
Magical stuff.
The Confederates now have captured Point B. It's only a matter of time until they set their flag up there.
We're gonna get a counterattack.
Yeah, Union are gonna have all 3 points against them. I think the Union had a phenomenal start there, but like I think shooting case, awesome. I love to see it. Love to see it.
Where were they? Is that Union up there on top, or is that Confederate artillery?
I think it's Union, but there's Confederate guys helping them. There's a lot of artillerists. There's 12 Confederate artillerists. Oh, they did it again. These admins need to get their fucking their admin panel under control. How do they keep doing that?
Confederates cap C now.
Yes, Confederates are about to cap B2.
It's only a matter
and we
of
will
time.
see a counterattack. It's not every day you see a counterattack on a map like this. I thought the Union had a pretty good advantage here, but the especially at the beginning of the game, they looked like they were gonna win. But everywhere they just like died and then died and then died. So yeah,
very
sad stuff.
If they cap C. I don't think capping C. They would have just done a counterattack and they might have won the game. But I think if they didn't win at that counterattack, we'd be in the same situation right now. Maybe just a couple minutes back, though.
I guess, but the Union are about to lose all 3 points, and at the very least, I think that they should have. When they had, like, for example, like the 3rd Alabama charge here, that didn't really do much. Sure, it killed their artillery, but that didn't do much. And then they just lost B. And when they lost B, they lost A, and then when they lost A, they lost C. I think they should have played more defensive around B, and the 50 US should have had a flag to capture C. Those 2 things probably could have saved them from the predicament they're currently in. So yeah, it's hard to say, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I think that their decisions were just a little bit too not caring. It looked like they were being cocky about it almost.
Also, too, the 5th U.S. was out of the fight for most of the time, so Confederates were outnumbering.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I guess when you have 10% less men firing, you're gonna end up losing. So yeah.
Yeah, Confederates were more, I guess, together too when they came in to retake the points. So
these guys are really aiming high. Like all of them are missing. Buck and Ball has the benefit of when you guys don't.
I'm surprised they aren't shifting left to those rocks or to the snake fence.
I guess. We can see they're killing around half a dozen Confederates. Confederates pulling back to this rock to then actually start killing a significant number of people. I think this is the 3rd. Telling about the fact that yes, this is the 3rd because they're actually sprinting to places instead of just double clicking or quick timing, pretty much. Union were able to uncap Point A because all the Confederates seem to have moved over to Point C. I don't know why they did that. They have a large force in this cornfield, and it looks like they just gave Point A and B to the Union. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. It's probably because this unit over here, yes, the 50 US tried to get back over here, didn't work for him. The 56 about to kill him. God, can they stop fucking changing the time? Just fucking make it noon and then end it. Okay.
Anyways, besides that,
I really don't like it when admins change times because it's part of the map. You're supposed to have the time being part of the map. Especially when it's like Eastwood Skirmish, and like the whole point of that map is that it was done nighttime before Antietam. It's like the whole point of that map.
Oh, it's supposed to be played in the dark.
Yeah. The battle happened at like 7:30 in the evening.
Sign me up to do that. I wish there were more night battles and regimental stuff. I just think night battles are fun. Like not do it.
You need to engage first
every week. But however, it would just be fun to try it out. I think Harper's Ferry would even.
Yeah, Harper's Ferry would be interesting next time. Well, the thing about night battles is that they have to be like the map has to be actually good for them. And Eastwood Skirmish was literally, it was a nighttime battle. IRL. Ooh, Confederates engaged. That could be good for the Union. Now they control 2 points and Confederates control none.
What is happening this round? Like Union looked great to start. Confederates responded in a very strong way, and then
they just walked away. The Confederates walked away from the battle.
Uncapped.
Then they uncapped A. A goes up and down and up and down. Union lost a lot of our lines in this open field over here. I think the Confederates are going to win this. That's just my current prediction because looks like the Confederates only started losing when the men weren't fighting. Looks like whenever they're fighting, they're winning. And this is a war game, and people tend to be fighting. So the more fighting that happens, I think the more Confederates are going to be winning. The Union do have the 20th Maine and the 6th Wisconsin. So keep in mind that they have 0% bucking ball. The 20th Maine has the Enfield rifle, and the 6th Wisconsin has a choice between the Springfield 61 and the Lorenz. So The Confederates, who I don't know very well, but I know for certain the 3rd Alabama can get a substantial amount of bucking ball. I couldn't tell you about the 13th Virginia, though. I could just go look over at somebody who's in 13th. 8th Florida. Is this 8th Florida? That's 1st Virginia. 1st Virginia. Nope, okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm interested now. 8th Florida. Do these guys have 42s? Yeah, yes, he does have 42. AFL. Is the AFL guy? Yes. So, long street, yeah, okay. So, yeah, they could get 100% bucking ball if they want to the Confederates. Of course, most people don't know. I'm telling you right now, if you don't know, the arrow buttons select your gun now. They have for almost a year and a half. Not really, like 7-8 months. So select the gun that you want. Okay, Confederates control 2 points. Union controls 1. What that means is the Union are losing 1 point's worth of tickets. So you know that could be that could add up. That could really add up. Union has to change something in order to start winning. So yeah.
Looks like some Confederates holding down at A, some at C, and then some moving in to take B. Not a lot, though. I mean, there's not a lot of Union holding B either.
Yeah, the Union on B, I don't really know where the Union are. 86 of them. Okay, there's a little bit less than the beginning of the game. But I really can't see them.
A chunk of them are moving out to C. That's probably why we don't see a lot of Union defending B.
Yeah, that could be it. So we do see. Oh, I want to see this force. I want to see the name of the one that's moving to C. So they have a flag bearer. It's the 5th. It is the 1st Virginia. 1st Virginia. So Preacher's going to go try to start capturing there in this. Confederates who are defending it. This garrison force, the 18th North Carolina, has a pretty strong position overviewing the hill.
That's a wonky terrain.
It is very wonky. Of course, in real life, pretty good area for an orchard, you know, because you just plant the tree and then collect the fucking shit. I can see why they. I can see why they chose is much more. It's steeper, but it's more uniform in its steepness for an actual cornfield. Yeah, interesting stuff. I love agriculture. The 3rd Alabama is now charging the all positions of the TB, and I think they're going to try to start changing their fortunes by charging the A capture point A, or I'm sorry, flagpole A. The 1st Virginia seems to have stalled out their advance once they saw the 18th. The 8th Florida, who's sitting here behind, now does have eyes on these guys. So I don't know if they're able to start shooting them yet. I think the terrain is too steep for that. Yes, it is. But they do see them. So, yeah.
Maybe they're going to reposition themselves to go through the corn and try to hit him from the side instead of going straight down the open hill.
Actually, I sure hope they did, because I mean, come on, that point's like 2 feet from the corn. You just push in the corn. Yeah. However, this group over here, the one who's lying in wait might have something to say about that. This is the TB, and they have their flag bearers in here. They're moving forward, and they're going to probably try to counter those guys moving that way. The Preacher's detachment has advanced, and they look like they're just charging right down the fucking shit. I'm sorry, this is actually 50 US. 50 US is showing some nice aggressiveness here. Parker leading his men forward, and now they're going to start getting some shots onto the side of the 18th North Carolina. So, yeah, that could be very good for them. It'll be hard to see. Over here, we can see that the Union have engaged the 3rd Alabama to charge out the TB. Let's see who wins. Looks like the TB lost. With inflicting some pretty heavy casualties on the 3rd Alabama. The 8th Florida. God damn it! Can you guys stop changing the time? It's not that hard.
Again.
I don't know why they keep changing it.
I wonder, are they doing any server announcements?
No. They're just like doing it for no reason. There are also a billion admins in here. So
holy cow.
Yeah, like I think the entirety, like half the Florida, half the AGL, half the TB, and a bunch of Yankees also.
Dang.
Are just so it literally could be any of the 3 dozen admins.
Just pick one at random and just start a queue.
Yeah, really. yeah. Kick every single one in defeat in detail. I just heard an 18th guy say like Zoltan Vietchagen. So I think they're about to charge. The group under let's see who this man is. Trooper Waffles. Trooper Waffles is about to have lifted the flag up. He just needs a couple more seconds. Come on, Trooper. He did capture it. So the Confederates are gonna start receiving a couple ticket kills. Or I'm sorry, ticket losses from this. These guys need to go deeps and peaks early. They're being flanked on the rear, and that could be considering why it's happening. The Union, I think this is probably the 3rd, charged out the cannons again. It's the IVB. IVB in the rear is the 2nd USC. They actually charged through the cannons onto this field. So this position the FB has right now could be very good to go behind and start killing these Confederates right here. They have some great shots. Of course, I think they said he's shooting on the. I think he said the fence. So I don't really know what they're doing. I think they're shooting independently into that massive Confederate group. Confederate group, not really. They received a couple losses, not enough to actually disable them. But this is leaving Point B extremely vulnerable, and I think the Confederates are just going to push forward and capture Point B. We can see over there that on Point C, the Union are still holding the flagpole, although they are being shot up by the 18th. Yeah, the Confederates here are stuck between a rock and a hard place, and the fact that they are now surrounded on 3 sides. Although the group in the center has a significant numerical superiority on all of these groups, I think this is the 3rd Alabama. The 3rd Alabama has now engaged the 14th. Oh, the 14th yelling "Union, Union" at the last possible second. A little bit too late to actually do anything. The group over here, this is mostly the AGL and the 8th Florida. 8th Florida looks like just 8th Florida. Has taken up this position now, and over here to their west, we can see the 2nd Delaware, 52nd New York pulling back away. So let's get a little overview. What we can see is that the Union have the corn, and down the hill on the Confederate end, near their spawn, which could, they could start getting shot at from behind. I think that's actually what they're shooting at now. They could capture. Ooh, is those Union? Those are Union. I think they're about to start capturing Point A, and they might push them back into a counterattack. This is a great move by the Union. Of course, they are leaving their rear very open, and also they just lost Point C. Well, okay. Guys, come on. Let's see what these Confederates are doing. These Confederates are now pushing up this hill. Phenomenal little advance right here. TB is going to do a great little advance onto the flank of the 52nd. I'm so sorry, 3rd. 3rd, however, I think sees him.
Oh, they're going to slam right into their back.
Nice job getting a couple kills there. TB didn't see him, and I think they're about to start losing. There's confusion. They don't know where to look. Their officer's about to get killed. Jumbo, of course, does not have a Lamat, even though it'd be very helpful in a situation like this. They're yelling spear wall, even though there's Union through their line. Union ran away from them. Well, I guess they were outnumbered there. They would have lost them prolonged melee. I don't know. I don't know why you'd advance this couple men that just keep going. But whatever, they skin by each other. No points are captured. The Confederates hold Point C, Point B, and Point A, and they are beginning to capture all 3 of them. Union are extremely spread out. However, that does give them a good opportunity to do some flank maneuvers and pincer maneuvers, just like the one we see right about to happen here. The 52nd New York and the IVB is about to advance on the same position. Of course, they're about to enter melee around 10 seconds apart from each other, which could be fatal. We saw that this group over here just fire into them. The 2nd New York just fired into the melee, I'm sure killing many Union and Confederates alike. They would have much better if they just entered melee instantly. I don't know why they did that.
However, Union's still going to be able to easily win that. Confederates now have the A point as well.
Yes, Confederates have 8 point. Union, just 4th New Jersey, I've seen them on a lot of rock formations this game, but this is the first time I've seen them here. They're still doing volleys, even though I would highly recommend against volleys in a skirmishing formation. It's just, I don't know, especially when your guys are aiming high like that. Come on. The 8th Florida is simply going to go walk over and kill them now because they all just did a volley. They had to retreat. If you're doing nip and fire, Mr. Russo right there. Oh, okay. I guess he accepted his fate.
I was just thinking, both sides are still at a gauge with 18.5 minutes left.
Not anymore. Yes, Union had engaged, or taking losses at 18.5 minutes left. Oh my God, Confederates taking losses also at nearly the same time.
I think.
Okay, it's still anybody's game.
It's going to be very, very. I think
we're gonna see a draw. That's my money. My money's on draw.
Unless the game ends between those few seconds.
Yeah. But the odds of that are very minimal. I'm willing to bet. If I were a betting man, my money would be on draw. And, these Yankees just need to charge out these fucking 18th North Carolina guys. Like this position they have, expertly chosen. Oh, I'm sorry. It's also now the 56th. The 56th have a couple guys here alongside the 18th. So I think he just said kill them all. Kill them all. He says. The Union do not have enough men to actually start capturing the flag bearer. He says I'm alive. Says Trooper Waffles, the same guy who got the flag last time.
Run.
Yeah, well, you can try to run away. Union capture Point B, slowly slowing down the amount of ticket drain that they will have. Confederates hold down in this open field very well.
Confederates could just not go for B and just hold these 2 points and just win the game. Or, sorry, have it a draw at least. Maybe win.
I think that they need to be aggressive and try to focus on capturing point B. They already control point A and C, and worst that happens is that they're going to knock them down to the last stand. I think my money would be here that they're going to bring down the Union to the last stand if they be aggressive. However, if they play defensive like you say, I think it'll be a draw. I really would be. It is anybody's game, sure. I just don't see a route for Union victory anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is if you just stay at the 2 points, the Union would be coming at the Confederates at nice positions.
Ooh,
Possibly.
3rd Alabama's aggressiveness here is not going to be very nice when they receive the full brunt of the 8th Florida. Sure, you're going to be able to kill the 14th, but it doesn't last very long when the 8th Florida comes on your rear with some buck and ball. Again, Union don't have buck and ball, so, you know, they, those shots before melee are more often than not just putting bullets onto the berm behind them. I'm going to bet this is the 4th New Jersey, depending on the fact that they're going to a rock formation. No, it is the Jefferson Davis Legion. They are now held up on the top of the hill on a rock formation overlooking Point A. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. The 5th and the people who are over here in the Union are still over here in the Union, but now they're also surrounded by people who are playing in the Confederacy. So the 56th, the 18th, everybody decided just, hey, why don't we just kill them? And it looks like they're trying to do exactly that. 1st Virginia, 5th U.S., they don't stand a chance. They got a couple guys able to run away, and they are able to save that flag. But you know, now the Confederates, if they want to, I think they can form a skirmish line on this ridge right here, and that'd be perfect. I highly doubt it, but if they were able to go all up to his fence, that'd be a phenomenal position to hold. I wonder if they can get in this house. Wait a minute, this house is not on Cherk. I think so, at least.
On what map? Oh.
I think this is out on Cherk house.
The never before seen basement.
Actually, oh yeah. The basement is there.
Yeah, that's a weird view. Through the roof.
Yes. Pretty much any formation on this in this game, you can just go through like rocks. You can just like fly through them. Look. Whoop-de-doop.
No way.
Yes. So let's look at this from a bird's eye view. We can see here where the Confederate advances mainly are. They are now advancing over here to point B. I don't think that'll do much against this Union group holding on this rock formation. Assuming, yeah, so unless they start falling back. Well, why?
Stop
why
talking.
retreat? Why would you do that?
You're giving the Confederacy a very nice position, and now they could shoot you in the back, skirmishing out of line losses. And where are you gonna go?
Why would you do that?
Where are you gonna go?
They could have won that. They could have won that melee. Why'd they do that?
Oh, they're falling back to the rocks behind the point.
That's pretty stupid. The Union are losing passive tickets from having one less point than the Confederacy. Looks like the Confederates have taken the Union artillery positions. Wow, there's an advance all the way back there. Who would have thought? I'm charged you can go all the way back here. The Union in the bunch of groups, mostly, I can't even tell. It's like equal amounts of the IVB, 3rd Alabama, 2nd U.S. I don't know. Looks like a bunch of privates decided to charge there. The cannons chilling. Talking. Yeah. So you know, I don't know. I think this event is done and dusted. I'd be surprised if, again, I can only see a draw or a Confederate victory here, and I think the Confederates would have to do something special. Oh, I'm sorry, no, they wouldn't. They just literally just have to move up and capture this point, which is oh my god.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They're gonna move around this unit and try to get an advantaged position to fight these guys on this rock formation. If they just left face and start getting some shots, oh my god, some buck and ball here would be phenomenal. They're not shooting buck and ball. Well, I guess that guy did. They only lost 2 men there. So now they're staying in the open, letting the enemies get reloads, and now they're running back down.
Nope.
And they lost more men than they killed. You know, sometimes, guys, just charge. It's better.
I don't know if they would have won.
It's a charge. It's fast. It kills. It's good. The 1st Virginia is not going to lose that advanced because the IVB is about to just turn around. They're about to go kill them all. Come on, just go. Just 3 of them. Just 3 of them. Yeah, finally. So we see some actual aggressiveness on the Union. Cannons still going. Still killing nobody. Nice job. However, they are close enough now that the cannon shells will actually explode, unlike the other map. So I don't know, maybe we'll actually see some kills. Of course, not anymore. Now they're too close. Some canister would be nice,
yep.
But yeah. Chillin', yearning for freedom from Yankee tyranny. I think on maps like this, you just got to give up one of the points. I think the units have to stop contesting point C. Whenever they've controlled it, they've only controlled it for a few minutes. I think if the 5th U.S. captured at the beginning of the game, they moved forward to the position the 18th North Carolina took, I think they could have held that against anybody. That being said, they didn't. So why bother even thinking about it?
I agree.
It looks like instead of abandoning point C, they're going to abandon point A. Pick your choice, I guess. And it looks like Jefferson Davis Legion and the 3rd Alabama is now moving towards point C. Union have hit breaking. And let's see how close the Confederates, again, Union breaking at 11:45. However, the Confederates have been having more than, they've having 2 points. The Union has won this whole time. So the Union had not been inflicting any capture point tickets on the Confederates for pretty much like 15 minutes.
Yep.
So I think it'd be a while until they hit breaking.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what we're seeing right now.
The Confederates are about to receive a little bit of a quick time advance by the 52nd New York. Ooh. They lost 4 men before they got their volley off. That was, and then of course now these Confederate skirmish groups, they're now just going to put up to these rocks behind the point, from which they can more accurately shoot these enemies. So the 52nd, I think they're going to put some pressure on these Confederates, but in total, I highly doubt they'll be able to get point A. I mean, maybe they're trying to keep them there. The 3rd, I think this is the 3rd, and the Jefferson Davis Legion is now on the rear of the 18th. No, it's actually the 5th U.S. and just the 5th U.S. So the 5th U.S. is now in the corn to the left flank of the 18th position. However, they have another rock. Didn't even see this one earlier, which perfectly faces them against that corn.
Wow.
That is a great rock for the Confederates. 5th U.S. is going to just march in the open of that field, and the Confederates see them. They're saying they're coming. He says it's very funny. He says it's very funny. So
I don't blame them. Union's just going there. I don't know if they know the Confederates are there or not. However, they're going to be using that snake fence. Actually, both sides snake fence. This group is also flanking them.
Yes, he says the Confederates have Buckmall, Union don't, so the 5th U.S. keeps chasing them on. Over here behind them is the 1st Virginia. So what we might see is that on the rear, they get charged now. 5th U.S. now on the rear. People charged in the front. I couldn't tell what group that was. Oh my god, did they even win that? Hard to tell. So, it looks like by abandoning to capture point A and stop putting pressure there, they were able to group up more men. And they have now, I think they've won this melee. I think it's willing to call it. Yes, they have won this melee. And now they hold point C and point B. Union now control 2 of the 3 points. However, their hold on point B is tenuous to say the least.
Where is the closest Union group to B?
Well, the 52nd New York here, but they decided to form a 2-rank line and die. So I don't know. I think over here is the Jefferson Davis Legion. That is the closest Union group. Of course, I'm excluding the cannons because it's more Confederate than not. I don't know. Yes. So now the Union are inflicting losses on the Confederacy. I think we're going to see a breaking draw.
You think?
I think that's what we're going to see. I think there's 8 minutes. The Confederates are bound to hit breaking that time.
Oh, of course.
Remember, the Union hitting at breaking at 11 minutes and 45 seconds, give or take, if I remember correctly.
That's plenty of time.
Yeah, but like it's been 3 minutes. They went from being nearly neck and neck to the Confederates having more than a 3-minute lead. I don't know. There's no way. I don't think that the Union will push them down to last stand. Of course, I also find it very unlikely that the Union themselves will last stand. For anybody who doesn't know, remember there is no final push in this game mode, only last stand. Confederates moving to take point B, while Union pushing to take point A. We might see a little handoff here. I think that's exactly what we're seeing now. Looks like I think this is the 52nd. It's the 52nd now on the flank. However, these guys actually are willing to shoot independent fire and get fast shots. They're saying aim small, miss small. They're actually taking aim shots.
Oh, never mind.
These guys in a one-man rank, really, it's like a thin line, very spread out, having cover. And those guys, they do have visual cover through the corn, but they really don't have anything stopping the bullets.
I mean, they have the flag in the middle of their line.
Yeah, exactly. So it's making it extremely easy for these Confederates just to see where they are, pull a trigger, and if you miss the front guy, you're gonna hit the rear guy. That's a huge downside of double rank lines, and that's why even events like this, you usually see single rank lines. We see now the Confederates are capturing point B, about to take it down. They have this completely in the bag. Any Union groups here are just gonna die on a line. Nice cannon shot, dude. Do you see that thing?
Did it just go off into infinity?
It just exploded all the way over there.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Wait,
No.
that's a picket patrol map. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Can we see the Google Maps from here? You can't see the Google Maps from here. Okay.
The what from there?
Google Maps, like the maps of this game are placed over a Google map, or a satellite map. You can see like the foundations of modern buildings, and modern fields.
Interesting.
So you can say like the sharp line where the map ends and where the GPS imagery begins. So you can see modern roads and shit.
I see. Huh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, Union have now captured point A. The 52nd New York's advance here seems to have been supported by, I think I see the 4th U.S. I think I saw some other regiment there. Oh, 2nd Delaware. So, yes. No, 2nd Delaware was with the 5th, 52nd. Looks like they were able to win that with, I don't know. Oh, I see what happened now. So, these guys over here on top of the hill, they're now engaged with these guys. So, the Confederates who are on B have now taken up that fence line right there. Meanwhile, the Union over here have taken up this fence line. And they're holding there. Looks like, thinking now, it probably would have been a much better strategy for the Union to hold with a little on the ridgeline from there to there. Just abandon the artillery, hold on the ridgeline from there to there. You have good positions, you have good rock formations, you have good places to fall back. I think that's what they should have done now. Of course, too late for that. Again, I'd be extremely doubtful that the Confederates wouldn't hit breaking. I think we're going to see a breaking draw.
I mean, it's 5.5 minutes. You never know.
Yeah, I guess you don't. You don't. The Union could have last stand, and then that's just over for them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Confederates, I think, just need to be aggressive at this point.
Mm-hmm. Or what they could try to do is just fall back and meet completely, and just try not to lose a single more ticket.
Yeah, fall back to B anyways, because it's not like it's easy to take. Confederates falling back here, they're going to take skirmishing out of line.
I just gotta say, I love watching the 3rd Alabama, because they'll just like silently walk up and just kill us, an entire group. God, that was always fun. Yeah, Confederates are breaking. So now the only way for this round to not go the way of the breaking, if the Union get a counterattack here. Now that would be interesting. Doesn't look like they're actually able to because they don't have a flag bearer. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
However, this is still it's preventing them from going. It's preventing them from going to last stand
as quickly.
Yes.
Well, not really, actually, because all it's doing is inflicting more losses on the Confederates. It's not slowing down their own losses.
Yeah. But at least if they have 2 points up, the Confederates cap the middle point. It's not going to do anything.
That's true. And so all the Union have to do right now to do a draw is not lose too many men. They control 2 points now. It would take a while for the Confederates to capture both points. I think all the Union have to do is fall back and hold at the top of the hill. Hold somewhere around that line right there, near the road, and let that happen. I have no. You know why those flag bearers show up? Like those flags really far away?
I don't know. I was seeing that last night too on the skirmish maps. We're just
really weird stuff.
Really far away.
Yeah. So Confederates about to capture point C back down. Union, I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're just gonna try not to lose any men. Of course, if they lose all 3 points, that could inflict just enough losses to bring them down to last stand. I doubt it. It is kind of slow. It really adds up over time. But the 3 minutes left, that's not exactly what I would consider much time. Again, I think you need to stop having this tendency just to fall back. If they finished their reloads there and got some shots in, that'd be phenomenal. But what are they doing? I mean, like, why fall back? It does no good for you.
Yeah, if you're trying to avoid casualties, I would think you would have retreated sooner.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're gonna retreat, you should have done it a lot sooner than that. If you're that close, I think just stay there, stay in formation, and finish the reload. If you didn't know, this is Hatchet Stack. This is Hatchet Stack.
Oh, right? I never realized that. No. You're right. Confederates spawn on the bottom of the hill. Union have to defend this road here.
Yeah, this is 100%. Yeah. Okay. I
didn't even know that.
For a second there, I was doubting myself. I was like, wait a minute, is this hatchets? But I don't know what this hatchets.
It's like you said the word, it unlocked a image in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean the house. You went to the house on hatchets, right? You can go all
No,
the way to the
I've
house.
never been to the house.
Oh, interesting.
Well, we rarely play hatches from what I recall.
Yeah, it used to be a much more popular map.
We need to play more South Mountain. Change my mind. Except
Yeah.
for Anderson's and Garland's.
South Mountain is a lot more fun when the server's like 60v60. But you can see here, I don't know why these Union guys are charging the open field. They don't really need to. Oh, it's the 3rd Alabama. That makes sense.
Don't.
So yeah, now they were charging the rear of these Confederate retreating column. The 8th Florida. They were not retreating. They were actually charging the rear. Union just lost the game.
Yep, that's game.
That is interesting. I think that charger there was really stupid of the 3rd. They didn't need that. I don't know.
No. The
Confederates forced the Union. Wait, that extended the timer. That gave the Union more time.
Indeed, it did.
It went from 1:33 to 2 minutes 40 to 3 minutes total. If the Union could go forward and bring them down to engage or take last stand with them, that would be interesting. They need to not capture a point and go forward. Are they going to start capturing points? Because that'd be really stupid of them. Yeah, I guess they're not thinking about it. They're not realizing that if they
just be
recapture a point, they're
aggressive
going to lose.
for the next.
Yeah, these guys really don't understand.
No, maybe
what's happening.
we'll see. Maybe they charge and don't try to cap right away. Maybe they wait a minute.
That's really stupid. The Confederates just gave them an extra minute and a half to charge forward and bring down the last stand. And instead of doing that, they're deciding to recapture the point and lose all that time. They did not even think about that. It's surprising to me that idea was not even in their mind present.
Well, it's I don't know if you want to call Conquest new. However,
it's
still
not new. I'm sorry. You should know the mechanics. Like it was almost excusable. Look at that. Yeah, no, the Union just lost. Union were given a gift from God Himself. The Union were given a minute and 30 seconds. They didn't use it. So whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We'll see. There's another minute and 15. For all we can know, probably not. The Confederates could get knocked on the last stand. Seffi, you don't know.
Yeah.
The server might go dark again.
I actually I do know. I know for certain. I would literally bet everything. There's no physical way. The Confederates would have to do something so unbelievably dumb, like charging the Union for no reason, if they were gonna hit the last stand. We see some advancing, but I don't think that they're gonna. Please don't charge. I sure hope they're not charging. There's only 46 seconds left. It is. I don't even know. I don't even know how that would happen. First Virginia is going to go advance. Again, there's only 30 seconds left. I do not see a universe in which the Confederates hit the last stand here. I'm still surprised at the Union last stand. Like, they had it. They had it. All they needed to do was not charge, and they just kept going forward. All they needed to do was the information.
Yeah, this was I kind of, in a sense, less line battle-y than one would expect. It didn't feel as much
That's
as
true.
a line battle-y. I mean, you definitely saw it. However,
Yeah.
you.
But
didn't
whenever
see it.
there were two ranked lines made, they died within seconds, you know? There we go. Confederates won the battle. That was... I expected a draw there.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to my parents there. Yeah, Sevi, your thoughts for the round?
Yeah, you know, that was probably one of the more interesting games, especially on that round. I think this is one of the better South Mountain or Conquest maps, because what Conquest is, it really isn't the linear kind of point progression game that I always wanted, but it's something different. It's where all 3 points are always in fighting over, and with that frame of reference, you really want all the points to be in a straight line, like how it is right here, between the two forces. We can see here almost even casualties, only a difference of 2. Confederates actually having more out of lines, and if I press tilde, shit, I should have pressed tilde earlier. Shit, I gotta scroll up to that.
Nah, you could still get it. It
how
might
do I
just
get
take
it?
a second.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Union, God, please stop. Union lost 42.8 things to capture, and 52 point something to deaths. Confederates only lost 25 point eights to capture and 64.5 to deaths. So we can see there is that the Union lost a lot more tickets to capture points, and the Confederates lost slightly more to deaths, almost 10 more, actually 12 more. So I think the Union could have won there if they just if they captured C at the beginning. Literally, I think that a change as small as that would have won for them. Because the Confederates won almost completely because they controlled the points for longer. Like, literally only because they controlled the points for longer, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was I think that's what conquest is meant to be. Just people constantly moving, going for points, not kind of this sit down, do nothing, shoot each other for 45 minutes. So yeah, I think that was what conquest is meant to be. It was fun to watch. Yeah. And
Very nice.
yeah, with that being said, we'll see you guys in the post-game interview. So usually right here we'd have a post-game interview. However, we're new to UEC and we didn't really promote the fact that we had a post-game interview too much. So yeah, usually we have this here if you're from attending the UEC. We usually do a post-game interview asking questions. So hopefully we get that next week if we attend, or actually in 2 weeks because I can't do next week, unfortunately. Yeah, with that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe for more, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Would anything in this VC like to say anything?
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
August 23rd, 2022, 8:24 p.m.